So hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In a landmark move, the World Health Organization, that is WHO, has launched the Global Clinical Trial Forum. This is a new multi-stakeholder network designed to strengthen and harmonize clinical research worldwide. Join me in today's video as we explore what exactly is WHO-led Global Clinical Trials Forum. We also understand what are its key objectives and how does it function, what are the founding members of this particular forum, and how can WHO's best practices for clinical trial guidance transform the global clinical trial landscape. Stay tuned till the end to get a complete understanding of this important initiative which is shaping the future of global health research. Without further ado, let's start. So first and foremost, let us understand what exactly is Global Clinical Trials Forum or GCTF. So recently this week on 7th of October 2025, the WHO launched its Global Clinical Trial Forum. Now this was long overdue and there was Global Clinical Trial Action Plan also. So based on that, this particular forum was made. Now what exactly is this forum? This particular forum is a global multi-stakeholder network to strengthen the clinical trial environments and the infrastructure, not only at the national level where the respective countries regulatory authorities are involved, but this particular forum will also focus on regional and global level also. So it is a cross functional and multi stakeholder network which is going to significantly impact the global clinical trials landscape. Now this particular forum that we are going to refer as GCTF, this particular forum will respond directly to the World Health Assembly resolution WHO 75.8. Okay, so this particular resolution focuses on improving the quality and coordination of clinical trials. Okay, so according to this forum, under the mandate of WHO 75 WHA 75.8, this particular forum will focus on generating high quality evidence and health decision making. That is how the clinical trials are conducted, how we can impact quality trials and quality trial data outcomes. Okay, and this particular network will also help and support in implementation of WHO's guidance for best practices for clinical trial. Now mind you, this is not exactly your ICH GCP, but it is a parallel guidance by WHO which is called as WHO's guidance for best practices for clinical trial, and this particular guidance sets out some principles and actions which can help you improve your clinical trial design, the conduct of the clinical trial, how the oversight should be on the clinical trial, and how the clinical trial should be used for the betterment of the society, for the betterment of global health. Okay, so this particular GCTF will definitely work and directly under WHO, but their focus would be on high quality evidence clinical trials, implementation of the guidance for best practices, and how we can impact or how we can collaborate in the global sense for all the clinical trial stakeholders at the national, regional, and global level. Okay, so that is the primary focus of the GCTF. Now let us understand what are the objectives. So GCTF has two broader objectives. The first being the support for implementation of WHO trials guidance, and second being networking and knowledge sharing. Okay, now these two guidance, if you see at the basic level, appear to be a collaboration, a collaborative effort between all the regulatory bodies, the research bodies related to clinical trials and global health. Now, if we speak about the first objective, that is support implementation for WHO trial guidance, then under the GCTF purview, they have developed a strategy to raise awareness about the WHA 75.8 resolution and associated actions. So whatever the resolution are regarding the good clinical trial practices, the good trial design, the trial objectives, so that is going to be the primary focus, and that resolution is going to implement it in a strategic manner. So there will be step by step procedures that are going to be defined so that the GCTF implements it and focuses on it. And this particular guidance by the GCTF will essentially iteratively improve the clinical trial environment at the global level as well as at the infrastructure level also, because not only the conduct of the clinical trial is important, but whenever you conduct a clinical trial at the infrastructure level, there are challenges across the countries. Not only we are speaking about the third world countries, but even at the global level, the conduct of the clinical trial, the infrastructure required need proper support, and there needs to have actionable evidence to support whatever the results of the clinical trials are. So essentially that is going to be one of the primary objectives for support implementation. The next objective would be the networking and knowledge sharing. Now this particular GCTF forum will definitely help in communicating and communication and information sharing among various stakeholders. Now these particular stakeholders can be clinical research institute, the national health authorities and the regulatory authorities, the research funders, the ethics authority, regulators. Patient community engagement are also going to be one of the key focus areas, as well as the private sector also. So not only the sector from the government, but the private players are going to be there, the funders are going to be there, the ethics committees or the ethics authorities can be there, and this will create an environment where all the stakeholders from the public and the private partnership can have their say in the forum and have a global guidelines made out of it. And this definitely will help in enablement of the alignment of the resolution that is proposed by the WHO, and this particular guidance will definitely lead to a global action plan which can help global clinical trial work in a synchronous and harmonized manner, where all the clinical trial procedures and plan are in synchronous with the global healthcare outcomes as well as the WHO policies. Okay, so that is the primary objective of GCTF. Now about the GCTF network. So this particular network, as we have discussed, is between various member state regulators, ethics committee, and the private players, and this will give a platform for collaboration. What this particular platform will help is in engaging various stakeholders to promote standards in the conduct of clinical trials, share knowledge, and strengthen the capacity of institutes and efforts which can have more inclusive, ethical, and impactful clinical trial. Okay, so these three words are very, very important. The clinical trial needs to be inclusive to be conducted across the globe. If they are called as global clinical trial, the ethics are maintained, and the impact of the clinical trial helps not only a single region or a single private player, but it is passed over, the knowledge is passed over through networking through everyone. Now the members of this particular forum will have the opportunity to engage in a thematic fashion, which will, the major areas will be in advancement of implementation of best practices of clinical trial across the globe, improvement of clinical trial readiness in healthcare system, followed by ensuring the evidence generation is equitable and sustainable of the clinical trial. Okay, so that is how the GCTF network will have a greater collaboration, a greater functional area to have this particular alignment with everyone. Now let us also see which are the launch member of GCTF. So as you can see here, initially it is a 26 member group. Okay, and in this particular group you can see various world-class universities such as Oxford University. You have even regulatory authority or medical research authority of various countries such as ICMR from India. Then we have health research authority from UK. Then we have premier research institutes such as Christian Medical College Vellore. We have Malaysia Institute of Clinical Research. So essentially in the launch or the founding members, we have this particular institutes as given here. But as we move forward, as this particular initiative gathers action and generates a clinical um, action plan, then we expect a lot of research institutes and the regulatory authorities to participate in this particular network and help the global clinical trials. So these were the main aspects of GCTF and how WHO is also helping in promotion of clinical trial, in management of clinical trial, and getting all the stakeholders on a single platform. So thank you for watching this video till the end. Please make sure that you like, share and subscribe this particular video and help us in the future. Thank you.